Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading's Miami office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Thursday, December the 5th, 2013, and here is today's midday market update brought to you by wallstreettrading.com. I want to first start off by taking a look to see how the indices are trading so far for the morning session here. The Dow Jones is currently down 15 points, a little over 15 and a half points, call it 16. The Nasdaq is down a point. Russell 2000 is actually showing some decent relative strength today. Taking a look at the Russell 2000 futures, they're actually up close to 2 points. Again, Russell 2000 is holding above the opening price while the other indices are below the opening price. So again, Russell 2000, we call that relative strength. S&P down 3 points. We're seeing a little bit of weakness in the bonds today. TLT down 15 cents. Volatility index up 5 cents. Looking at the commodity space here, we have silver SLV down 9 cents. JJC copper down 10 cents. GDX gold miners are down 36 cents. GLD gold is down $1.11. And USO crude oil up 23 cents continues to show that relative strength that we've been looking for. So let's go ahead and break down the chart, see what's shaking and baking. We'll discuss some of the trades that we took in our live intraday trading room, mywallstreettv.com. If you would like to join us in the intraday chat room, go to wallstreettrading.com and fill out the form on the right-hand side of the home page. Aside from that, let's go ahead and look at the market. All right, yesterday we sold off. One thing that I did to kind of help us out over here at the office and the traders in our room, we took some Fibonacci's from the low that we made yesterday afternoon to the high that we made in the late part of the session. So if you take the Fibonacci from that low to that high, you get these nice Fibonacci levels to work off of. And you can see today's low held the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement from yesterday's action. That's going to be around 1785. And the level that we gave out to our followers and subscribers in the room, 1785 was our S3 level. We hit that low and we bounced right off of it. This is a 15-minute chart, so you can see the 15-minute sold all the way off. We did fill the gap a little bit here. We filled the gap this morning and we sold right back down. Financials led the market lower this morning. Matter of fact, before we go over the ES, let's go ahead and take a look at the top sectors here. Percent change from open, you have silver up 1.5% from the opening price, strong. GDX gold miners, they're up 1% from the opening price, along with GDXJ, the gold mining juniors. We're seeing some positive action in the VIX, VXX up 1%. KOL coal stocks up 1%. OIH up 0.75%. We're seeing some weakness again in the financials. XLP, consumer staples, MOO, some of the ags are showing some weakness today. But looking back at the market on the 50-minute chart, you can see we held support at yesterday's opening price, which also lined up with that Fibonacci, which also lined with a key support level, and it held. If you go to the 5-minute chart, you can see we opened up, rallied up a bit, sold off, moved up, pulled back in, and then again held that base right there at 1785. Little compression pattern right here with this little support, this little downward trend line you could draw in, and that's what causes again this nice little momentum up here. Going into the afternoon session or going into the after you guys watch this video, what you could do is look for a pullback, possibly to the retest this prior resistance, and should now act as support around 1787, the top of the W pattern you could say, or look for a retest of an official retest of the break of the trend line, which would be a pullback back down here somewhere towards 1786. If we form a higher pivot low in front of that level, that would be a good entry to get involved for a possible move back up. If we break below 1785, you want to be watching the 1780s, 1778, 1777 half, or 1777, 1777.75, which was yesterday's low. To the top side, we have the previous day's close around 1792. If we break above 1792, the overnight resistance that we had is going to be in this area around 1793, 1794. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some stocks that we've been watching over here on our end in the My Wall Street TV chat room. This morning we discussed DG. DG gapped up on earnings from they gapped up from the earnings report. Nice momentum trade setup here out of the gate. We were able to actually get long around 58.60. We bought some more, clipped out of some, missed the next leg up. But either way, the stock's showing some relative strength. Go back to the 5-minute chart. All right, you can see it's still holding up pretty steady. Again, watch this high of the day. It may try to make its way back up towards the highs. DG's in play today. Another stock that we were watching today, CONN. We discussed that the stock was at some daily resistance, so you could expect some fade action on the open. That's exactly what happened, but we did not play the short side. We actually waited to play the long side. So go to our 1 minute chart. You can see we got long this CONN out of this little cup and handle looking pattern right here. All right, took the trade over. 1 second. 1 second here. We took the trade over this 67 level. All right, pieced out of some right here around what price is that? Pieced out of some right here around 67.46, and then we pieced out the last one right here around 68.13. Again, wild trade in stock, crazy spread, so you want to be careful with the size that you trade in that name. Some other names, some other names that they're trading in the room. The financials, we talked about the financials being weak. Citigroup was actually on our short radar. We got short Citigroup in this area right here. We got stopped out. Let me show you the 1 minute chart so you can see. But again, the financials were leading the market down today. You can see kind of got kind of chased this one a bit. This little bear flag breakdown. We got short. We'll try to work a stop in this area. Got stopped out of some, and then tried to. I forgot what this one was right here. Either way, Citigroup rallied up, double top action, then faded. JP Morgan, same thing, pretty weak. DVN energy stock that we mentioned, we gave this one out in the room as a trade. Again, this one shook us out a little bit today as the market's pretty volatile, but this one, if you go to the 1 minute chart, the setup on this name, you can see the setup here. You had a nice little breakout. We call this one for a long in the room though, right? You had a nice little breakout over the 61 type pattern. The natural gas numbers caused the stock to get a nice little momentum move. Pulled back in, tried to form a nice little base, sucked in some longs like me, stopped me out, and then it rallied higher. But it gave another entry right here that we gave out in the chat room, right out of above 61.50. Our target was 61.80, and that's exactly where it's at right now. However, me personally, I was not able to get that trade off correctly, but stocks definitely in play. Natural gas stocks are moving today. DBN, JP Morgan broke down. This one was a grinder, but then it gave you a nice little setup off a little descending triangle. I would keep an eye on this 56.40 area to see if it acts as resistance as a back test and look for a lower pivot high to get short possibly. If it gets back above 56.45, you can possibly look for a move back up to 56.60 or so. Keep an eye on JP Morgan. Let's see, Netflix. Netflix has a nice pattern. I was just discussing with one of the guys on the trading floor today that Netflix has a nice little triangle pattern going on here. It broke out, volume slowly starting to pick up a bit. Keep an eye on Netflix to make a move possibly towards the close in price from not yesterday but the day before yesterday, which is around this 363 level here. Nice order flow. Again, you have a little nice triangle. You have the breakout. You have a little pullback, higher pivot low, and you have the move up. So keep an eye on this one to go up towards again 363 most likely if it gets some good order flow. Aside from that, folks, going to end the video here. Again, if you want to join us in our chat room, wallstreettv.com. You can go to wallstreettrading.com and fill out the form on the right-hand side. One more thing, Chinese stocks are strong. Take a look at Sohu. Have a great day, folks. Cheers.